All right, now this is Drake Taxes Practice Return number 2. I added my own fake tax documents to make it as real as possible. So for this client, this one is going to be, or this document is going to be essentially the tax organizer, which gives the client information as well as the tax documents part of it. For this one, this client lives in Texas, so there isn't a state tax return. This person is single and there's no kids. This information provides the driver's license number, which is just obviously fake. No foreign bank accounts and no crypto sales. This person has a W-2, some dividend income, some interest income, and also sold some stock for a long-term gain. So here's all the basic information of the taxpayer, the W-2s, which I'll have up here. So here's what a W-2 would look like. For this client, they should send you this 1099 dividend form, this 1099 interest form. I kind of highlighted the items that I would be reporting on my tax return. This one doesn't look like what I typically see. I didn't have a template to make one that looks like from Charles Schwab, Fidelity. Theirs looks a little bit different than this, but the information that you would pull from here would be the same. As if it's something from Schwab, Fidelity, Vanguard. And this is the solution. So always start here with the client information. They are single. Social information, their birth dates from the tax organizer, their store clerk, no foreign bank accounts, no crypto transactions. Here's their address. Resident state is Texas. Next is going to be their wages. This is what I pulled from here. Wages, place that worked, employer's EIN number, federal income tax withheld. So this number is going to be whatever the client filled out on their W-4, or maybe they withheld more or less throughout the year. So this should match what the W-2 has. Well, actually, it should match W-2 because essentially you're just inputting the same data. Next is going to be the dividend income, where it's coming from. I input the account number. That way I can remember which account is which. Obviously, this is fake, so they have less accounts, but some people could have multiple dividend accounts and potentially from the same bank, and you want to be able to know the difference between each of them through the account number. So they have ordinary dividends, taxed at regular rates, and then qualified dividends that are taxed at more preferred rates. There's that, and the dividend should look like this. Also the account number, ordinary, qualified. Then the interest income, $2,500, account number. The bank or the brokerage that provided the interest income. Account number is optional, but I include in there interest income. All right, now this is where the driver's license information, I think, is the same as the last one. So income, so capital gains. So what you'll need is, this is important. So this one, this is the default where base is reported to the IRS. Which means they know how much you spent on this stock or this capital asset. IRS sometimes doesn't know what it is, and the forms will tell you that, will say like base is not reported to the IRS, or the transaction might not even been reported on a tax form as well, such as real estate that was sold, maybe some private stock, but primarily it's going to be one of these two. Ideally, it's one where the IRS has the basis. So you actually didn't have to click it, but I just did it just to show, since it is defaulted to that. It was 100 shares of Royal Reserve, EIN number, date acquired, date disposed. It's longer than more than 1 year. I still put the gain at long term. The proceeds received was $8,000. Cost basis was $6,500, so they made about $1,500 in long-term capital gain. And so this is where it shows that it's going to be either code A or D. It'd be D because it's long-term. Basis is reported to the IRS. Tax year 2024. Description, 100 shares of Royal Reserve. This is Royal Reserve's fake tax number, date acquired, date sold. Also could say long-term gain because of the longer than 1 year. Proceeds, costs. So that is what we have. That should be everything that we need. And let's see what it comes up with. 1040, basic information. Here's 50 grand of the W-2, $2,500 of taxable interest, $800 of ordinary dividends, $600 of qualified dividends, $1,500 of capital gain, $14,600 for the standard deduction for being single. Taxable income is $40,200. The tax on that is going to be about $4,343. And here's the tax computation. We took the lower amount because some of the tax is going to be more preferred rates, such as long-term capital gains rate. And you can, there's a calculation here if you really want to go through it all. They had $5,000 withheld from their paycheck, so they're going to get a refund about $657. Typically, you want to be the third-party designee. This is just the fake information that they had in there. John Smith, phone number, PIN, and they can reach out to this third-party designee. And that, and also this is Texas, so there's no state income tax. And then for the 1040 reconciliation, this is something that I like to do. You don't have to do. Here's the W-2s. Texas, pretty much same thing. Interest income, dividends, long-term gains on this 100 shares. This is where the code is at. A is for basis reported, basis not reported, and then just nothing was reported to the IRS. 1 is going to be basis reported, and there's no adjustments. So I guess this very well could have been 1, but either way, it doesn't really change the tax effect of it all. So here's a $1,500 gain, and this should match what we have, which it does. Stuff in green is what I input. Stuff in blue should be calculations, or if it's white, it's also calculations. Still get up to the same amount. Like I said, this is completely optional. I use this more for training as well as more complex clients. I think this is super helpful. So let me know if you have any questions. This one's a little bit more in-depth than practice problem number 1. Any questions, please leave those in the comments.